Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Knowles, and this is the Nerdic Gods podcast, episode 220. Joining me as always, Daniel Neveroli.
What's up, gamers? What's going on?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm okay.
Got your Spider-Man shirt on?
I do. Thwip. White Spider.
That's what he does. You seen the original Spider-Man movies? They're back in movie theater.
I don't know why people are gonna say, "Oh yeah, these aren't quite as good as we thought they were."
Apparently, Spider-Man 2 made a fuck ton of money.
Did it?
Yeah.
Crazy. I like those movies. It's not. They're good. They're good to okay movies. People think that they're better than they are.
Well, here's my problem with you guys: is I distinctly remember you and Sims saying the Amazing Spider-Man movies are better than the original. You guys made a ranking list, and you guys had the Amazing Spider-Man movies over the originals, except maybe Spider-Man 3.
I think Spider-Man 2 was the only one I had above that.
You're crazy. Oh, that's the only one you had above that?
Yeah.
Spider-Man 1's easily above the Amazing Spider-Man. I do not like this revisionist history that the Amazing Spider-Man movies are anything good. They're not good at all. Those are horrible.
Oh, I never said
Spider-Man 1, Sam Raimi, Spider-Man 1, decent for the time especially. Yeah. Spider-Man 2's good. Spider-Man 3's awful. The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, pure awful, trash. And this is another argument I don't like about the Spider-Man movies is people act like Far From Home is worse than all those other movies I just named. Not at all. The Tom Holland Spider-Man movies are all way levels above miles above the other Spider-Man movies. It's not even close.
I'm basically with you. The only thing I would say is I don't think that those amazing ones are quite as bad because there are elements that I still like from them, but I don't think they're awful.
Yeah, there's good elements in the first one, sure. The second one is awful. The second one's like a legitimately laugh out loud movie. Maybe. Yeah. Spider-Man 3 has redeeming qualities though, yeah.
Yeah, it's entertaining. But I think Andrew Garfield is just he raises those movies above Spider-Man 3, you know?
Sure. He was a good Spider-Man. Give him that.
I like Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man.
You give that man a good director and some decent writers.
He was one of the best parts of the last Spider-Man movie.
Oh, for sure.
You know? I thought he was very good. And what was the name of that? What's the name of that third Tom
No
Holland
Way Home.
No Way Home. I think he's one of my favorite parts of the No Way. When he catches Mary Jane and he has that emotional scene. Are you kidding me? That's the best. That's my favorite scene of that movie. It was a quick scene too.
Now, can make an argument into the Spider-Verse movies better than all of them.
Don't count because that's animated.
It counts. Why doesn't it count?
I don't because it's animated.
It's a movie and it's Spider-Man.
It is. I look at them differently.
Because it's animated?
I mean, yeah, it's better. I think the only one that I would say that is up there with it is Homecoming. I still think Homecoming's the best Spider-Man movie that we've gotten. I mean, okay, which one do you like better, Into or Across?
Into.
I like Into better. Yeah, me too.
That's fine.
I think it's just more of a complete movie.
We'll see how they land it.
I think it's the end. I don't like how Across ends.
Across definitely feels like a part one.
Yeah, it feels like a middle that we're supposed to get that next one really quickly. You know, like
we were supposed to have it in March.
It was this year, right?
Yeah. And now it's apparently they haven't even recorded lines for it yet. So it's like, okay.
Are they saying next year?
I don't know what they're saying. All I know is like the cast is saying they haven't done anything for it yet. So it's like, oh, okay.
Are we gonna get a third Spider-Man game before?
I mean, maybe the way they turn out. I don't know about that. It was at 2028, so I doubt that. The Spider-Man 3. Oh, we know the leaks.
Yeah, but dates are dates. Dates are weird. Just because we know the project's going to be the project, but like dates are weird, you know.
Oh, I would bet PlayStation's lining it up to have Spider-Man 3 launch with PS6
games first.
The Venom game, yeah.
So is that's first?
That and Wolverine.
Ratchet, or no? Then Wolverine.
And Ratchet was supposed to be 2029.
Oh, Ratchet's gonna be even after Spider-Man 3. That's the North Carolina team?
3. Yeah, I guess. I mean,
is that in my backyard?
Yeah, I mean they're all weird now with the teams over there, right?
How they're using them?
Yeah, there's only two studios, but it seems like there's more than 2 teams.
Yeah, because there's the Miles team, the Spider-Man team, Ratchet team.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So we'll
yeah,
see.
we can't be waiting until 2029 for a Ratchet game. Are you kidding me?
Oh, we will.
8 years?
Yeah. No, I know what
crazy.
you mean, but I mean they don't sell that well, right?
Well, they then lower your expectations.
Sure, I hear you, but what are they gonna do when it doesn't sell that well, right? This coffee is awful. I'm sorry.
Why is it awful?
I don't know. I don't know what I put in this coffee, but it tastes horrible. I've been making faces this entire time.
What did?
It's
what
like
it taste?
I don't know. I don't know what happened here. It's like
Did
burnt.
you make it?
I did make it. Yeah.
Is that a brand new thing of coffee you opened?
Yeah. Yeah.
What? It's a different brand.
Yeah. You know what? It was like a yellow bag. I mean,
Oh, is it? Is it the
Javelia
or whatever?
I think it is. I think it is. Yeah.
They're
Something with a G. They're all right. Okay. Okay. Maybe I put too.
You might
much
just
in.
not like the roast that it is.
Yeah, that might be.
I'm drinking.
Horrible.
I'm drinking one of my.
Just gonna down it, I guess.
You know, I always got these.
Ooh, protein plus. Look at that.
It's a coffee. It's basically like a coffee protein shake.
Ooh.
You can almost replace this as like a meal because it's real thick and it's really filling.
You know, labels are such a big deal. It's like that label just looks delicious.
Yeah, it does.
Like I'd buy that.
You can actually see that it is clear now. You can see
it
the
might taste like shit, but like that label.
Yeah, you see how it's clear, right? They used to not be clear, but then they went to a new design where it's clear, and it's actually just the better bottle. You can actually because you can just see what you're drinking.
Hot Cheetos recently changed their labels, and I don't even like Flamin' Hot Lime, but they changed it.
I was literally gonna say I can never find it in the store.
Well, the bag looks so appetizing now. Do you have it? Oh my god! See, you have it on hand. Look at that shit.
I like the limon more personally.
Doesn't the bag look so appetizing now?
He's holding a fry right there.
Look at it. It's a beautiful bag.
See, I like the hot with limon. That's just what I prefer. But I could almost never find these in the store. It's like certain stores I can get them.
They're trying to show it off now with that new design.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing that you just had that on hand.
Well, it's because I've been holding it for like maybe 2 weeks now.
You just had those sitting there 2 weeks. Yeah. Damn, you just want that design sitting around your room. I get it.
No, not the design. I just want these as a snack.
I get it.
Is this a better logo than this?
No, no. I mean the design change in the limon crunchy Flamin' Hot Cheetos is just far superior at this point. Sorry, Spider-Man.
I don't know about that.
Sorry, Spider-Man. Coffee's still horrible. All right, everybody. Hello, welcome to the show. This is the Nerd Gods podcast. I already introduced that. We're a video game show. We're gonna talk about some video games.
I don't know. I don't think we are.
We could just talk about design logos this whole time. You know, there's this
that Game Boy logo, hot.
Oh, Game Boy logo is excellent.
Yeah,
especially when it like comes across your screen. You know,
when you turn on your advance and it does that.
Oh
my god, are you kidding me right now?
There's like a local soda company around here called Black Bear, and
I like the name.
And yeah, it was a good name. In high school, we got to design logos for it for like this class. I forget what class it was. There was like a competition, right? And they were gonna like put it on a special,
like a limited,
limited edition of the soda for like that summer or whatever. Mine won, but mine got combined with someone else's who like also won, so they gave it to like two people. I don't know. They like combined like it was like
elements of each.
Of each of them that put in there. And I hated the way it turned out. I fucking hated it. I was like, why are we doing this?
Your part was yours?
Yeah, it was like my background and like color scheme, and then like the other kids like font and stuff and like all that shit. It was like we were very limited in what we could actually do with it. But I just remember I hated it when they changed it. It's like I don't even want this.
So do you even have like a picture or any like thing?
I think I kept a bottle of it somewhere. Because it would be like in my local grocery store. And, I'll try to find it. But yeah,
I want to see that.
Oh, I just remember hating it. I wasn't like pissed, but I was just like, you know, I don't even want it. You know, you guys just take the other kid's fucking background. All right, I don't even get the fuck out of here. Because Black Bear don't want to sell no bottles over here.
Yeah, they actually sold none of those.
My friend, he had one. It was like a bunch of oranges falling in the background because it was like an orange cream soda type thing. And it was like a bunch of oranges dropping in the background. And then he like had to email the company because he found that off Google Images. He had to like email the company whose image it actually was, and they like threatened to sue.
Oh my god!
Like email them back. It was high school, but like, you know,
still a kid.
They emailed them back like absolutely not. It's like, all right, relax, people.
See, what he should have done was like finding something similar and then kind of like, so it's getting nitty gritty. You basically like pop it out in Photoshop and then basically, you know, make it into just a solid color and then just make it yourself. Basically rip their idea and do it yourself. But you'd have to be okay.
Got a bunch of oranges and then threw them, took a picture, you know.
Well, yeah, then you could. Yeah, really you're still gonna have to use Photoshop.
Could have really gone for it.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. It's been another busy week in the world of video games.
Especially for one particular company.
Well, this company is no more.
I mean, technically they still are.
They're no more. They're no more. Today we celebrate the death of Embrace Group. First news story then. Embrace Group has revealed their next genius plan to separate itself into 3 separate publishing arms to each focus on different area of gaming and entertainment. Daniel, we'll read this and we'll go through each area they are now publishing. It's coming from VGC. Probably Andy Robinson wrote this.
Let's see. It is Chris Scullion, actually.
Oh, Chris Scullion. Way to go, Chris. Okay, the first part of the publishing arm then is Asmodee?
I think it's Asmodee.
Asmodee, okay. Asmodee will continue to operate as a publisher and distributor of board games, trading cards, and digital board games, and will consist of 23 fully owned studios. So that's the first part of it. Probably the most boring part. Daniel, board games. All that stuff.
I mean, I'm a board game fan.
Are you?
As a D&D fan, it's a tabletop kind of board game normally. I like board games.
So that'll be the first arm. The second arm then is Coffee Stain and Friends. They will focus on PC, console, and mobile games, including community-driven free-to-play games, live ops games, and indie games / AA games. So we're getting a little AA arm, little indie arm going on over there from Embrace Group. And then the last one will be Middle-earth Enterprises and Friends. Will be a creative powerhouse in the AAA game development space, and publishing for PC / console, and will own the Lord of the Rings and Tomb Raider IPs, along with the likes of Dead Island, Metro, Kingdom Come Deliverance, etc. So pretty much all their big AAA things, all that stuff are going to Middle-earth Enterprises and Friends.
I don't like this and Friends. Drop the Friends.
Nope, Middle-earth Enterprises and Friends. I don't like calling it just Middle-earth Enterprises.
I think that's better with the and Friends.
Yeah, well, I think you have to put the and Friends because it just doesn't make sense. Is Laura going to be exploring Middle-earth? I mean, that'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool, honestly. I'd play that game.
Crazy.
Like, Laura Croft gets sucked through like a fucking wormhole or some shit at the end of the next game. And like she's in Middle Earth all of a sudden. Yeah. Gollum sitting there like, who the fuck are you?
So I'm trying to find in this article here whether is there still a parent company. So it says on NASDAQ for Stockholm's NASDAQ, they're going to be listed as 3 standalone entities. But does that mean is there still a parent company for them? You know what I mean? Like, because I think Lars Wingford, I think he is still running all 3 of these, right?
I'd imagine that Embrace Group as a whole will still be the thing that like owns them all, right? But you just won't hear that name anymore.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, because you're right. I mean, it would still be the same people owning them, but like. Yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting one. I think they want them, though, to all run separately.
Yeah, and not, like, intermingle and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think of, like, a good example of things that run like that.
Yeah, me too. I can't.
And there really isn't, like, a good one that I can think of at the moment. So, yeah, I don't know. That is an interesting question. But, nonetheless, here we are, Embrace Group. This seems like another big move by them. that they needed to make. You know, it's not that bad idea now that we're like talking about it out loud.
It is.
Yeah, like it actually kind of makes a lot of sense. And you know what's interesting about the Coffee Stain and Friends one is that's probably what they should have always been aiming for, is making like everything more indie and AA, more cost efficient for their games and stuff like that.
End up buying AAA studios, so
yeah, but like. I wonder if they should just back out of that space entirely. I guess I'm getting way ahead of myself here, but like, you know, imagine how many games Crystal Dynamics could turn out if they were just making AA games, you know?
I mean, we need games to. This is like an entirely different, I think, thing, but we need games to cut to like 2 to 3 year cycles. We keep talking about how games are too expensive and taking too long. And it keeps only leading to worse things. I just think we need to get to that point where dev times are just quicker.
Yeah, what's interesting too is like they have the Dead Island 2 team in the AAA one, in the Middle Earth one now, and it's like that is a borderline. I guess that is the AAA. That's like baseline AAA though nowadays is Dead Island 2, what that game was. Granted, I didn't play it, so maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But that's like baseline what I think of, like you barely just crossed the line to be considered AAA.
Yeah.
So they were kind of almost there, almost not. I don't know. I mean, it's a very interesting move. Like I feel like this is a good cost-efficient way to handle things here, right? Especially if they all are separate. They're all handling their own money, their own income, and all that, right?
This last like paragraph here. Which I think is Lars saying it. He's basically saying this will empower each individual and each team to grow and further excel in their careers as we provide them with their own leadership and strategic direction. So that seems like that we were right of there still being like a big parent company. Because he's not saying like, good luck on your adventure. He's saying like he hopes that this empowers them to do better. He's, you know, it still seems like because it still seems like Lars is somehow still running.
Well, it surely can't just be, hey, you guys are all off on your own now. I'm out. you know,
if they were completely cut off.
Right. Yeah, but that's not what's happening here.
It doesn't.
I guess the closest example I can think of right now is EA kind of just did this with their sports and then other things, right, where they separated.
Oh, that's
the two.
True.
Yeah,
but that seemed like even less like.
That's just like the closest example I can think of, though, where it's like EA is still running the whole thing. There is a sports division now, and then everything else.
Yeah. Weird. Yeah,
hopefully it works out in the long run, right? Like
I am baffled with this company.
Yeah, I know. It's just, I mean, the ups and downs we've been through with Embracer Group here, mostly downs, actually all downs, but it's it is just kind of mind-boggling. Like it was just. You know, everybody analyzing this while they were just picking up studios left and right was just like, what the fuck are you doing? Everyone, this can't be a good idea. This can't end well. And
3 times as many studios as like the other big companies.
Yeah, it's like the biggest publishers in the world, and now we're here. So, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it works out for them. I mean, this doesn't sound like a terrible move by any means. You know, especially that AA indie one, the Coffee Stain and Friends. Terrible name, but like... I think that one could be very successful in the long run, right? And then we'll see with the AAA games. They're just on the Middle Earth side. They're just gonna have to turn out really quality games on that side for that whole publishing arm to be successful.
And I think they need to like have reasonable expectations for these games too. It seems like all these companies, their expectations for these games are wild and crazy.
Like hopefully Dead Island 2 was like a good hit for them, and they consider that a massive success. Maybe not massive, but like a good success. Like that game sold very well, considering what it was and all that, right? I think it was in top 20 of MPD last year.
Yeah, I think so. I think it did pretty well.
Yeah, so it did fairly well. It's like if that's the level you guys are aiming for, if that's like the highest of the high, then you should be good. Like I could see a Tomb Raider game even outselling that at some point, right?
It will, based off of its IP.
Yeah, based off of its IP, and then hopefully the quality's there and all that. I mean, Eidos Montreal's still there. They're a quality developer as well. The Metro series, like hopefully that's the bar they're setting, and they're not trying to sell tens of millions of copies of a single game because I don't know if they got anything for that other than Lord of the Rings, right? But they'd have to
I
put a
think
quality.
Tomb Raider could.
Maybe at some point,
A
right?
really good Tomb Raider, maybe
Yeah,
could.
yeah, like a really, really good one, sure. And then Lord of the Rings, like if you put a quality developer behind that, obviously that would be the big ticket if you could make a big, good Lord of the Rings game.
Yeah. They also have that Kingdom Come Deliverance game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they just announced the sequel, and I forget the exact number that first one did, but it did pretty well for what that game is. So like this is probably going to do better, the sequel, I would assume. Like that's if they're going to keep games that size and have like find an audience for them, like I think that's perfect.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, like you said, expectations. If they have their
Keep expectations
expectations
in
in the right
check.
place, I think that arm could be successful as well. And then we'll see with the obviously the board game one. We won't cover that much on this show, but I'm sure that turns out some sort of profit.
Board
Right?
games can be pretty pricey.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever really looked at like high quality board games with like figures and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Anything with like figures, really pricey.
Yeah.
They're always like 40-50 bucks a game, you know, if not more, depending on how many figures and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it can be pretty pricey for board game stuff.
Cool. I'm trying to think what's like the next big game that would come out of these guys. Like what's
Is it the
what's
Kingdom Come
first...
Deliverance too? Did that get a
Yeah,
date?
it must be that, right? That was shown off at something recently, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's
I don't know
probably it.
I mean, what's Crystal doing in Eidos? You know,
Crystal's helping out with Perfect Dark, right? And then they're also making the Tomb Raider game. So
aren't they helping with something else too?
Was there another thing? Might have been.
Yeah, wasn't another Xbox thing? Weren't they helping with 2 Xbox things?
I can't remember. Maybe it was Eidos helping with another one. I'm not entirely sure.
Though. Oh, maybe it was Eidos then.
Eidos, we got news that they canceled the Deus Ex game though.
Yeah, were they helping with an Xbox game?
Yeah, it could have been that. Yeah, you might be onto something there. I can't remember exactly. So I don't know. We'll have to see there. Metro is supposed to be getting
where's
a new
Metro 4?
Yeah, new announcement. They teased something with an announcement of that recently, right?
They just had the VR game.
Yeah, there was the VR game. I swear they like teased that the next one was getting announced soon or something recently. So we'll probably see that at some point soon.
Can't wait for that. Love Metro.
That Island, probably Dead Island 3 in development somewhere.
I would assume that Dam Buster's working on a third one right now.
Yeah, going for that. What else they got in here? Tripwire. What does Tripwire make? Is that the
Is Tripwire is what did they do?
Is that the Payday guys? Tripwire.
No, I don't think it's Payday.
That's not Payday. Hang on,
I don't. It could be. It could be. Is that not? Who did Maneater?
Oh, is that these guys?
I don't know.
No, you're right. Yeah, Killing Floor and Maneater they've done.
Killing Floor and Maneater. Okay, okay. Yeah. Who is Payday?
I don't know. I don't think these guys own them.
They don't own them? Okay.
Probably not.
Yeah, where's it? Give me a Maneater 2.
Yeah.
That game was awesome.
Yeah, people really like that game. I didn't actually end up playing it, but Flying Wild Hog they also own. Isn't there a new story about them today? Oh, that's People Can Fly. Okay.
That's People Can Fly. No, Flying Wild Hog is Shadow Warrior. Evil West. They need to make a sequel to that because people love that one. Weird West was the other guy. Weird West is what's his name? I can't remember the guy's name. The guy that founded one of the founders of Arcane. That was his studio.
Is okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's that like top-down Western game.
They got things cooking, right?
I mean, Flying Wild Hog's a good studio. Like they make a lot of games. Like
4A. What is 4A?
4A.
Is that Metro?
Yes, that's Metro.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, they got things cooking. Is there anything in the AA indie space? Any notable studios that they own in that?
In I mean, isn't Coffee Stain also a developer?
Are they?
Or maybe they're not. Maybe they are only a publisher. I remember the first time I.
Well, they also considered THQ Nordic in the AA space, which is interesting.
So that includes Deep Silver?
It will operate under premium and free-to-play divisions. The premium segment will consist of Coffee Stain. Yep, so Coffee Stain is that. THQ Nordic, Ghost Ship, Tuxedo Labs, and others. Okay. No, it looks like Deep Silver is in the AA one. Or no,
okay.
Not AA one, the AAA one.
In the AAA one?
Yeah.
Okay. Which would be where Dead Island is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, I remember the first time I remember ever like actually in my conscious seeing the Coffee Stain logo is the very first Goat Simulator game. That was the first time
Did
I
they
remember
make
seeing
that?
It. They published it, the Goat Simulator
they
game.
published that? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Those are weirdly successful.
That first game was awesome.
I love that.
I remember watching Achievement Hunter play that game. It was like Michael and Gavin were like double controllering, each person controlling a part of him, and like having an insane time. Like you could play Flappy Bird in Goat Simulator. It's like a version of it. You basically put your tongue on the TV.
Yeah.
And then you can play it. It's crazy. That game is crazy.
It's fucking weird.
I never played the third one though. I should play Goat Simulator 3.
They skipped the sequel.
Yeah, technically Goat Simulator 3 is the second game.
Great. Our next news story then. Xbox is teaming up with IGN yet again to do another ID at Xbox on June 29th.
Yeah, we'll be talking about that next week. Or you guys will. You and Sims probably. We'll be talking about it next week.
Is it June 29th is the date? Did I write that wrong?
I think I think it's next week. I think it's April.
Oh, maybe it was April 29th.
Yeah.
It's April 29th. Excuse me.
Did you write June?
I wrote June. It is not June. It is April 29th.
Yeah, they have their own showcase
next week. Mm-hmm. Daniel, we don't typically get too much big stuff here, but I mean, if they really wanted to blow this up, right, make it big, this is where you announce Hollow Knight date.
I'm gonna click into this article, but I think for sure.
You think Hollow Knight will be here?
Oh yeah, really?
100%. I know I just threw that out there, but like the Hollow Knight comes off as much more of a actual Xbox game showcase thing to me at this point.
Yeah, but it's gonna come out before that.
You think it'll come out before that?
Mm-hmm. I think this is coming out in May. Here, let me
That'd be
see,
cool.
because I think they had hinted at a few things. Yeah, so I forget this game, but Dungeons of Hinterberg. I remember the name, but I can't remember.
No, I do remember this game. That was like the 3D one with like the cool color palette.
Okay. 33 Immortals will be there. Here's one. Here's a good one. The Lost Records.
Are these games that are gonna be there? Where are you getting this list from?
I'm reading it
from
the article. Cool. That Lost Records, Bloom and Rage. Isn't that the what's the name of that studio? Life is Strange. What's the name of that studio?
Oh, Deck 9?
Deck 9. Or no, the other one.
Donut?
Don't Nod. Don't Nod. Isn't that the Don't Nod game?
Oh, is that the one that looks like Stranger Things? Let me click in here.
No, it's like the spiritual successor to Life is Strange.
Okay. The Stranger Things one.
Yeah, isn't that Lost Records?
I do not know. I can't find what you're on in
Just go to the doc and click that article. I linked to the article.
It just brings me to a page that links you to a bunch of IGN things.
They're
listed out right there. Gotcha. I thought there'd be pictures.
No,
I need pictures, Daniel. I can't read.
So there's only a few games that they say, and more.
And
they say fresh gameplay, trailers, new reveals. They're saying there will be brand new games here.
Ooh.
They're not saying anything about Hollow Knight because I think that would be too much. They're saying Vampire Survivors is going to show back up, so they might have like
that DLC coming out soon.
Yeah.
Okay. So cool. Can I please get a Plucky Squire date, please?
I think there's a very good chance we'll see that.
Can I get that?
What other indies have been at Xbox recently? Plucky, Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight. I'm trying to think anything that really is coming to Game Pass, right?
Yeah. I think both those two games might be your big.
Was 33 Immortals the one being made by the Spiritfarer guys?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I do remember that.
And then there's the Towerborn. Is that? I wonder if maybe they'll save that for the showcase. Is that too little, too big?
Yeah, I don't know if they do. Do you consider that indie?
I mean, it is. It is. I mean, it's smaller because it is the
borderline, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Maybe you save that one for the actual showcase. Yeah, I don't know.
Depends on when that releases, right?
Yeah, I think any of the big indies that don't show up here that we're kind of naming off right now, Hollow Knight, Plucky Squire, that game. I think if they don't show up here, they'll be at the actual Xbox game showcase in early June or whatever.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe there's probably some in my head that are like not on Xbox yet. That might show up
like
here that are going to get a port.
Yeah. I think you just posted that Kenna Bridge of Spirits that just got rated for
maybe.
Xbox. Yeah, maybe that shows
pop.
up here and then gets a date or whatever. Even Shadow drop that. Yeah, that one comes to mind. Other than that, I don't know.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Hollow Knight and Plucky Squire, especially Hollow Knight. I think Hollow Knight's here for sure.
You think Hollow Knight's here for sure?
It's been rated multiple times in multiple countries. I think it's coming out soon.
Yeah.
I would say probably when is Hellblade? Beginning of the month?
No, Hellblade's end of the month. Hellblade's like May 21st, I want to say.
Okay, then I'm gonna say Hollow Knight's probably middle to beginning of May.
That'd be cool, man. That'd be big. That'd be big.
Yeah.
They should almost tease that because that would get a lot of people watching this.
I think that they're trying to like lower expectations.
Sure. I just think that's a big pop. Like that will get more
Yeah.
people to tune in to your ID at Xbox than ever before.
And there's still a few days, right? Like when is the 29th? The 29th is Monday. Yeah, Monday. They're probably not going to say anything tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah, Plucky Squire, that's probably the second half of the year. So that they might save that.
That might be a good like July game.
July or August, yeah.
We need a July game. That's I like a new game every month.
Maybe Hollow Knight is July. I don't know.
I'm guessing. I need a July game.
Oh, I don't want that swine game.
I don't want that fucking shit. Get out of here. I don't care about that fucking clown.
Nerds over here with their black and white video games.
What could be better than Dark Souls? A 2D Dark Souls. Nope, I'm fucking out.
No color. Have you ever heard of color?
To be fair, I did really like the vibe of like the hour I played of Hollow Knight, but yeah,
you're just not a 2D guy.
Yeah, I'm not at all.
Which is funny that you're looking for a Plucky Squire. It seems like a mix of top-down and 2D.
It just looks so charming, that game.
Yeah, it does.
You know, anytime you see a trailer of that, I'm just like, this looks so fun. Like, I just want to live in that world. And like, I actually am looking forward to the 2D aspect. It's not like a platformer when it goes 2D though. It's more of like a beat 'em up. It's kind of what it looks like. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I will be turned off when I'm actually playing the 2D stuff. But then we hop into the 3D. I don't know. That game just looks awesome and very creative. Crazy. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that. You know, I do like 2D games at some point, especially if they're puzzle games. I've been seeing more of Animal Well. That game looks cool too.
Yeah, I'm like waiting for reviews for that one, but it does seem
cool. That does look cool. Yeah, there's a couple other ones. But yeah, okay. ID at Xbox next week, not in June. So we'll talk about that. Me and Sims will talk about that next week. Sims, if you're listening to this, you're on the show next week, bud. All right. Next up, then, last year's popular indie game El Paso Elsewhere is getting a movie adaptation. Daniel,
yeah,
you were a big fan of this game. Getting a movie adaptation already. We're throwing this one out there too.
Mm-hmm. I was one of the. Like,
I believe it had an actor. Yeah, 100 people. An actor attached.
Yeah, it's Lakeith Stanfield.
Lakeith Stanfield. Okay, that guy was in.
He's in a lot. He's in Atlanta.
Yeah, he's in Atlanta. Wasn't he in Get Out? Was he in Get Out?
Yeah. He's the guy that he's the one with the hat that first tells him. There's something up, and he's like, yeah. He's in a lot of stuff. I mean, my favorite thing's probably Atlanta.
Yeah.
There's that other. What's the name of that movie? It like takes place in San Francisco with like a rapper. I think he's in it.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the movie. Yeah, he's very good. I like this actor a lot. He's also in that Western with like that big cast: Idris Elba and Jonathan Majors and Regina King. I don't know if you've seen that one.
I've not.
It's like I can't remember the name. It came out a couple of years ago. It's a Western movie with like a hip hop vibe. I think like Jay-Z did some of the soundtrack or something. Yeah, it's really cool. He plays like a villain.
Sounds like a fever dream.
It is a fever dream. He's very good in it. He's like a villain that'll do whatever to kill you. But yeah, I wonder if he is playing the main character. Because
I would assume since he's attached to it so early.
Yeah, because it says like he's producing it, and I don't know if he's acting in it. Let me see what Hollywood. What are you saying, Hollywood? I don't know who this. There's another producer tied with it. Oh, they are saying he's set to star in it.
Okay.
Hollywood Reporter. So he is playing the lead, which I can't remember the lead's name.
Do you think this will work as a movie though somehow?
Yeah, that's interesting. Oh, it was James Savage. That's the character's name. That's funny.
James Savage.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Badass name.
I remember it being a very cool name. Yeah, it's interesting because of how like so he is like going floor to floor and like trying to like get to his like ex is kind of how it works. I think it could easily be a movie. I just wonder like I'm trying to like picture how it should be. It should be very colorful, very gory, a lot of action, a
Are
lot
you
of
like you're fighting like
guns.
vampires or some shit, right?
Yeah, you're fighting like demons and vampires and things like that.
Okay.
There should be a lot of like alcohol and drug. Like that's how he is like numbing himself to like keep doing this and stuff. Like he hasn't slept in a long time and like so like it should be very like surreal and very he's on like this mystical elevator basically, just to get to her. So like as like the world's like coming down before he kills her and stuff. So it's the story is actually pretty fun and it's very narrated. Like that's kind of how the game is. So I wonder if Lakeith is gonna do if it's gonna keep that vibe of him doing a lot of story by narrating and then going to the past and like
would there be like flashbacks type of thing?
Yeah, I wonder if they will do flashbacks with like the girlfriend because he explains a lot more than you see. Yeah. So I wonder if they will do it more of like an old love story.
Maybe like why he's like riding the elevator. You do flashbacks, try to explain the past a little relationship, bit, and then it's like a hardcore action movie when it gets off for each floor type of thing. I'm
thinking like John Wick meets like Dread, kind of like John Wick with like it's gun violence like that, but then like Dread very gory.
He was like going through each floor, wasn't he?
Yeah. That's what
in the newer one.
And then throw in like a lot of surreal. Have you ever seen Mandy? No. The Nick Cage movie where he's like on drugs and he's like killing a cult. Very wild movie. It's fun. I'm thinking something like that, very like surreal and like I think this could be very cool. Especially if like Lakeith really likes this role and like if I wonder if he knows about this game. Would be my question. Like, I'd like to ask him, like, this game just came out last year, you know what I mean? I know that he's a nerd. Like, the fact that he's, like, friends with Donald Glover and stuff, Like, yeah. We all know Donald's a nerd, like.
Big old nerd.
Yeah, and there's really not a big cast. Like, it's really, like, James Savage, Dracula, which is, like, his girlfriend. Then you kind of have, like, these demon, like, bosses that you kind of take down, but they don't really need to be a person. They're kind of just big demons. They could be voices. And that's kind of it, really. There isn't a big cast of people. So, like, it could be a smaller budget in that way of not being a lot of people. You really just need, like, Lakeith is an amazing actor. So you need somebody on his level to be the female lead, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know who you would get, though. But there's a lot of options out there. Can I throw a name out there?
Of course.
Zoe Kravitz.
Why not?
Him and Zoe Kravitz? Come on now. That works. She's awesome. She's amazing.
That works. Okay, cool. Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
We'll see. Interesting.
I think you should check out that game. I know I recommended it last year. If you're ever looking for a game, it's just, it's just Max Payne.
Yeah.
It's like a surreal, like, Max Payne game.
Getting a lot of vampire movies coming up soon.
Do we?
There's Ryan Coogler. Yeah, the Black Panther guy. He's making one with Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, is that movie a vampire movie?
That's a vampire movie. Yeah.
I think like Haley Steinfeld's in it.
Yeah. It's like a 1920s. He's pretty much just ripping off Blade, and then we're getting Blade.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Is he? So is Michael B. Jordan Blade?
He's the ripoff Blade, yeah.
Let's go.
And then we're getting Blade, and then this.
I love it.
A lot of vampires gonna be big. Arcane gonna come out with that Blade game right at the right time now, right at the peak of this excitement, All right. Our next news story then. Insider Gaming has learned some early details of Assassin's Creed Hex, which is not the next mainline Assassin's Creed game, but the one after that. Which we're getting very early leaks for these Assassin's Creed games.
Well, it's probably not as far away as we think it is, if I'm going to be honest.
How far do you think it is? Because it says right here.
Well, I think Red is going to be this year, if it still is, right?
Yeah.
Red's within the next 2 years. It's either this year or next year. There's no way it's further than that.
Yeah.
Then I would say another 2 years after that.
You are correct, because it's planned for 2026. So these are the major bullet
Yeah, see, that's
points.
not that far.
It's kind of far. It seems far because we know so little teaser, about Red. You know?
That's true.
It's like we've never even seen gameplay for Red. So it's a little weird. And granted, remember, this is all in Assassin's Creed Infinity. So, they're all connected, Daniel. Whatever they're going for there. So anyways, yes, the major bulletin points of this are it's planned for 2026. The fear system will return, which I believe was in one of the Assassin's Creed games. Was it in Syndicate? There's like a fear
Syndicate
system
was
there?
the one in a fear system? Syndicate was the one in London.
Okay.
That's my favorite
that wasn't. Maybe that wasn't the fear system. But apparently there's a fear system returning. I'm not entirely sure which Assassin's Creed had a fear system. But I don't even know what that means, honestly. Like, what are you, scared? You're a fucking assassin.
Right. Yeah, it's probably I don't know, the way you're sounding, it seems like it's like, is it something like a nemesis type fear thing?
Could be. I don't know. I'm just reading off bulletin points. We could click into the article. Maybe it has more.
Okay.
Sources here that the plan is to have a fear system in game inspired by the Assassin's Creed Syndicate DLC Jack the Ripper. Okay, did you play Jack the Ripper?
I didn't, but that is the London one, of course.
Gotcha. Okay, so whatever the fear system was in there.
Oh, so that one had it.
While the exact details of the system are unknown, it isn't difficult to see how this system, or at least a version of it, can be easily implemented into Hex. The 16th century witch trials saw up to 80,000 suspected witches executed between 15, what do you call 1500s? Just 1500 and 1660.
That would have been the 16th century, the 1500s.
Okay, so the 16th century. So some form of fear system makes sense for the setting. Okay, so it seems like they're kind of leaning into more of the horror vibes with this game being in the 16th century. So you'll also be playing as a female protagonist with powers. One of the powers will be she can possess a cat. Who doesn't love cats?
So yeah, I guess you are like a witch with powers.
Yeah, which is kind of weird because it's like no, they were witches.
Maybe we needed to burn more people.
Yeah, you know like all the girls we were pointing at, like you're a witch, when she was just like, doing laundry or whatever the fuck. No, she actually was a witch.
She was just doing laundry.
They saw bubbles coming out from the soap.
This could be a great game. I don't know why it has to be Assassin's Creed, but the fact that Ubisoft wants to do a game like this, that sounds really cool to me. I just don't know why it's an Assassin's Creed game. But
yeah, it's I definitely like the setting and the vibe and all that. Like that sounds really cool to me. It's just then you add in it's an Assassin's Creed game on top of it, where I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, 16th century like Europe sounds really cool. I like that.
I don't think it would be Europe. I think this is more like
Is it in the UK?
No, I think it would be America. It would be more like Salem's Lot type of thing.
No, I think is it not in the UK?
Is it in the UK?
Or in Europe?
Doesn't say in here. Let's see if it's in the article. Ubisoft Montreal.
I thought that's what.
Oh, yeah, you're right. In Central Europe. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm wrong. Central Europe.
We had the Salem trials. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have preferred. That's immediately what came to mind for me. So
was America?
Yeah.
Well, that's because America's #1. Right?
That's what I'm saying.
We do everything.
We got the #1 witches. Okay. We killed the most witches. Okay.
#1 witch kills.
Not the UK.
USA.
Okay, so that's interesting. That's even more interesting, honestly. That's in the UK. Cool. What are the other bulletin points here? Elsa, who I'm assuming is the main protagonist, is seemingly hunted by 16th century German soldiers.
That's like the code name of the character released right now. Okay. Elsa. Don't know if that's we don't know if that's the.
And then, ooh, this is interesting. The last note here: more linear experience with some open world design. That's interesting.
That sounds like more Mirage.
Okay.
Which like Mirage is more old school, so it sounds like it's more of an older school Assassin's Creed. Like maybe open sections or something, some linear parts.
So very interesting details. Sounds all very cool and stuff, but like I just need to see how this whole package is coming together with the whole Assassin's Creed Infinity thing. I really want like a deep dive into how this exactly works and what it all looks like and stuff. Yeah, I mean they're gonna have to do that this if Assassin's Creed Red is this fall, they're gonna have to do that in June during their
with
Ubisoft
Red,
thing. Yeah, they're gonna have to explain all this and actually show us what it all looks like finally. So I don't know. I guess I will hold back my excitement for this until I see more of the whole Assassin's Creed Infinity thing.
Yeah, me too.
And it's kind of exactly how I feel about Red too. I mean, at this point, we have just as much details about Hex as we do about Red. It's like
yeah,
and Red's supposed to be this fall, so it's just it's hard to get excited for either of these
Hopefully
things
when we haven't seen them. Huge.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna have to be a big Assassin's Creed blowout. I mean, I'd imagine all we'll see there is Assassin's Creed and Star Wars. Maybe Far Cry 6 or 7, whatever the hell we're at this point.
Yeah, maybe some Tom Clancy thing.
Yeah.
Could be like a Rainbow Six game, or who knows? Where's the Splinter Cell stuff,
Yeah, there's a lot they could show. I mean, I want to get back into Assassin's Creed. Like, I want to like that franchise again. I've been off it since the PS4 generation.
I have it.
Yeah, I've been off it since the PS4 generation really started. I mean, I kind of tried each of the big open world ones, Odyssey.
Did you play Black Flag? The one right that border? Yeah.
No.
I want to deep dive into Black
Flag. I stopped
Flag.
after 3, and so yeah, I would like to try to hop back in there. I tried with Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla. I played like an hour or two of each of those, and none of them grabbed me. So kind of hoping now that we're yet again sort of doing like a soft reboot here with Assassin's Creed, at least that's what it kind of feels like, that I can hop on board again and be into them. But we'll have to see exactly what they are. If they're the big open world things again, and it's just like, this is just Odyssey again, but with a Chinese skin, I'm probably not gonna play it.
Cut it out, yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna play that, but I don't know. Show me something, Ubisoft. Get me excited.
I'm mostly with you. I think that they could do an open world one, maybe I would like, but maybe just cut it down in half. Half the size. That's what I would do.
I know I keep saying this too with Assassin's Creed, but like I would really just like a focus on combat too. They just never felt great to play. The little I did play of Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla, it was just like, I don't know, this is fine, but it's like,
I don't think they were bad, but
they're not bad, but it's just like, again, those games were just jack of all trades, master of none. Like the story wasn't bad, but it really wasn't that interesting. Same with the writing, same with the character design.
I like Cassandra.
Yeah, and it's just like all of it was just kind of like, I don't know. There's like, I could go elsewhere and play games that are better in this genre at this point.
Especially with how many open worlds we get.
Yeah. So
we get so many open world games, it's crazy.
So I don't know, and then I'm curious to see what they do with this whole Assassin's Creed Infinity thing, how this all works. So yeah, well, we will have to see. Next news story then. The next big game from Atlas has gotten a release date on October 11th, 2024. What's the game called? I didn't write it down here. Metaphor ReFantazio? Fantasio, I think is how they say it. Fantasio. Metaphor ReFantazio.
I don't like the full name. I just do Metaphor.
It sounds like a code name,
Yeah, because I watched the thing and they were just saying Metaphor.
They were just
like
saying
the dude
Metaphor?
that was talking was just like our new game Metaphor, and I was like, oh, okay, so I guess the other one's just
is it Metaphor ReFantazio?
It is.
Oh, okay.
On their thing it is.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
So I guess you could make. So I guess Metaphor will be the series.
Yeah,
which I like that. That sounds way better.
I think Metaphor's a fine name. Metaphor ReFantazio is not a good name.
Yeah, maybe just go Metaphor 1 or whatever. Let's change that. But nonetheless, they did a whole like little showcase for this game, which is cool. Coming out October 11th,
watching it?
2024. I like skimmed through it. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I like watched part of it and then saw other parts of it elsewhere on Twitter and whatnot. So I've seen enough.
So as like a loose Persona person, are you excited for this one in particular, or?
Yeah, I mean, I've come around so much on turn-based games over the last few years that I'm definitely excited for this. I've been meaning to play through an entire Persona game at some point. I'm gonna do Reload probably after I beat Stellar Blade. Would be a good little. We got a little chunk there before like Hellblade and stuff come out, so I'm thinking that'll be a good time to play through the Persona 3 Reload remake, and that'll get me into the whole Atlas universe. And I've played so much of Persona 5, never beat it, but like I've played, I don't know, probably like 40 plus hours of that game altogether.
Like a third of the way through.
Yeah. I've done that multiple times, so it's like it's not like I don't like these games or whatever, but Yeah, I'm very interested in this and them diving into a new world. It seems like the mainsteads that made Persona 3, 4, and 5 have moved over to this team now, and now they're making this. And this game's been in development for such a long time too. I remember hearing rumors about this back in like 2017-ish, around
It's
then.
like right
So
after P5.
yeah.
Right?
So they've been cooking for a while on this. So I think it's gonna be a high quality game. I definitely like some of the combat elements going on here. There's like a little bit of action elements going on too. It seems like lower level enemies you can just slash away at and get through them.
It had a little bit of that in P5.
Yeah.
So like every now and then, like I think if you were a certain level, when you'd like in Mementos and you would like rip someone's mask off, or like a monster, you'd rip their mask off, you could just instant kill them.
Oh, okay, cool.
So like there was kind of some of that, but you
Seems like
wouldn't
this
get,
you're
like,
actually like hacking and slashing a
yeah.
little bit.
I'm
Yeah.
curious. Did it? I wonder if you still get XP because you would get like items when you would do that, but you wouldn't get it. You wouldn't like get XP like you would if you were fighting them.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I wonder if that's like you're actually like still getting kind of how Infinite Wealth does. You go up, you hit a button, and if you're a certain level higher, you just instantly win, and you still get XP and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So that could be really cool. I really like the skateboard thing for traversal. That's cool as fuck.
Yeah, who doesn't
anytime
like
you can just make walking around the world more fun and shit, like I'm always down for that type of stuff. Seems like this one's a bit more open world than like even Persona is, like a lot bigger areas than
It
Persona
definitely looked a little
typically
more open.
has. Yeah, it seems like you can like run around the map a little bit and fight different things if you want. So that seems interesting. The whole story of like, I don't know, what are you doing? You're like running for president or some shit. It looks like you like gotta get voters or stuff. And it's like that sounds interesting to me. I don't know, the whole vibe of it and the art style and stuff. It looks cool to me.
Yeah, I even watching this, I still didn't fully understand kind of the story and the structure of the game. You know how like Persona 5 and all these other games are pretty structured. Like you're going to a palace or a dungeon and you're fighting this thing to beat a boss, and then you're moving to the next story beat and you're doing another one and stuff like that. Like we don't really know what that structure is for this game. Is it going to have a similar one that Persona does?
Yeah.
I'm curious, but I do want to play it.
Yeah,
it's almost a birthday gift.
Ooh, when's your birthday?
It's like a week after that.
Week after?
Cool. 16th, yeah. Cool. Right around there.
Yeah, we'll have to see how packed this fall ends up being with other games around it. That kind of worries me. Like,
is this the furthest game we got?
Right now with a date,
date?
That I can
maybe
think
this
of.
and Call of Duty, but Call of Duty doesn't have a date.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else. I mean, Assassin's Creed might come up right around
and
this,
Assassin's
honestly.
Creed, yeah,
I could see Red being October as well, so this might literally come
Avowed.
out like right around then.
Oh,
yeah, Avowed could be right around there.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, that could be right around there. So we'll have to see how busy the fall ends up being.
Might be a pretty busy fall this
year.
This
is probably going to be a very long game, so I may not play it like day and date when it comes out, but I'll definitely get around to it this year, hopefully.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Next up, then we got some news on Gary's mod.
Yeah, it's a weird. This is a weird story.
Face Punch removing 20 years worth of Nintendo content from Gary's mod following takedown notice from platform holder. So what, Nintendo's like cracking down here on these guys?
Yeah, so this is on Steam. So
interesting.
Yeah. So do you know a lot about Gary's mod? Or you?
Not at all.
Okay. So it's basically using the Source engine. And it's kind of like you can kind of do games within it and stuff like that. You take like assets from Source and Half-Life and all that, and you could just mess around with it and make games.
This is what like Stanley Parable is made in or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're using Source as well, or it's at least it's with Source engine. Stanley Parable. I don't know if it was built directly into Gary's mod. I don't know about that. Okay. But games like, have you ever heard of like Trouble in Terrorist Town, or when we've talked about Prop Hunt, right?
Yeah.
Prop Hunt was a Gary's mod
that was a Gary's mod thing originally. Yeah. Okay.
So there's stuff like that where people will make games in there. Like I used to watch a lot of Achievement Hunter, and they did a lot of Gary's mod stuff. And there's just a lot of games like that. So I guess there was just a lot of assets that was Nintendo's that they were like issued a cease and desist for Gary's mod. It's kind of sad. Like I don't know. I don't really think it hurts Nintendo to have somebody wear like a Link skin in Gary's mod. You know what I mean? Like, what does that really hurt?
Yeah, Nintendo's always been so protective of their properties, right? Like even nowadays, right? I mean, how many times do you hear about a YouTuber getting something from Nintendo, or like Nintendo threatening them in some way because it had something to do with Nintendo games, right? So it just seems like Nintendo doesn't fuck around with any of this type of stuff.
Yeah, they're an interesting company to say the least, because we saw the Fortnite thing, right, as well this week. I didn't put that in here, but like the story of like supposedly Tim Sweeney says that it was like they don't want Nintendo's Fortnite skins to be on other platforms.
Yeah.
They want it only to be on the Switch, invisible on the Switch, which it's like, yeah, like maybe we shouldn't have games like Fortnite with all these IPs in it. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's how I look at it, but
that's crazy because it's just like how would you even do that? You know, that would like you would have to make Fortnite its own special version then on the Switch.
Switch would have to be for sure.
Yeah,
and then
it would be its own platform for Fortnite, and it's like how big even is that then at that point? I mean, fairly large, I assume, but like not nearly the same amount of players that regular Fortnite would have.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should just play ball with that kind of stuff. If I'm being honest, like PlayStation and Xbox already do. What does it really hurt to have fucking Mario running around with a gun shooting Master Chief?
They don't want
really
that.
hurt. I guess, but
they're a very strict and old school company.
Yeah,
you know. But I don't know. I think that there are. Yeah, maybe they should play a little more ball as Nintendo, and they could be maybe a little more popular if they did. But I think they are who they are, and they're still as popular as as they ever have been. I think my issue with like the whole thing is like how much IP we're getting smashed into other IP all the time in everything that we do and see. Like even like anime has crossovers, fighting games have crossovers, Fortnite is a crossover of everything. Call of Duty just got Cheech and Chong skins and a whole Cheech and Chong DLC. It's like, why is Cheech and Chong in Call of Duty? I don't know. Dave the Diver is getting a Godzilla DLC. Yeah, some of these are cool. Even Gears had the you could play as Sarah Connor in Gears. What, 5? Was that 5?
That was 5, yeah.
And then you also plays like some ODST members. It's like, all right, that's cool, I guess, but like why do all these IPs need to be in everything else? I don't understand the IP smashing them all together.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point it just doesn't matter anymore, because you're right, there are so many. But like, I get the mindset of, hey, we'll put our IP in this game, and then hopefully it makes our IP bigger, and also they get content for their game, right?
Yeah.
Like Fortnite is typically, the Last of Us skins come out, they do it during the Last of Us show or whatever, Spider-Man or whatever the fuck, and it's like, it's just a different way of promotion to try to get the Fortnite kids into different things or whatever, or the, all the Dave the Diver kids out there are going to be going to watch Godzilla now.
Yeah, but those Fortnite kids don't care about your thing.
No,
I'm sorry to say, like any of those things, the Fortnite kids don't care. Okay, yeah, Kratos is in there, right? Fortnite kids aren't going to go buy God of War. I know it's age thing too, whatever, that maybe they can't. They don't care about Kratos. Oh, they just like that there's a cool new skin in Fortnite. You think they care about Master Chief? They're going to go buy Halo? No, they're not going to go buy Halo. They want to play Fortnite on their phone. That's what they want. They're not going to go buy your $500 PS5 to go also buy a $70 God of War Ragnarok.
No, sure.
They're not going to do that. They're going to play Fortnite for free on your phone. So then what, my thing would like, then what is really the point? Then what are we really doing here? Is it just Epic just trying to make, is it just Epic trying to make the most money? And so they're actually just using all these people? Is that what they're really doing? Probably.
Yeah, I wonder how that works. Do you pay to get your skin into Fortnite, or does Epic pay you?
It's they probably have a cut, right? Like, did Akira Toriyama get money for those skins, those Dragon Ball skins, that whole Nimbus you could fly on, and the
you gotta imagine maybe you get a percentage, because in Fortnite you go out, you buy the skin. That's
so
how
I think
works.
that there's like a bundle that you get, like a skin, a backpack, a pickaxe. And then they also, like, certain ones will get like an item, right? Like I think in Dragon Ball you got the Nimbus, you could fly around. You got the Kamehameha, you could shoot. Spider-Man had the web, people flinging around the web or whatever. I think there was like the Infinity Gauntlet or whatever. So like they'll do in-game items too, but it's usually like a skin and a backpack.
I mean, there must be some benefit for both ends though, because why else would they keep doing it?
I mean, it's just money, but like it can't bring more consumers to you. I just don't see how. They don't care.
Some might though.
Is it that slim of a chance? They're hoping for that slim of a chance?
Yeah, I mean, kinda, right? Because how many millions of kids are playing Fortnite? You know?
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know where they're at right now.
There's millions of kids playing Fortnite every year, right?
I'm just curious. I'm gonna go to Twitch right now. How many do you think? How many people are watching it on Twitch?
Watching Fortnite?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know. Probably millions. I don't know. Hundreds of thousands. I really don't know.
Just give a guess. I'm just curious.
300,000.
There are. Okay, I'm looking at the top games right now.
Yeah.
Fortnite right now is at 70.8 thousand people watching on Twitch.
Okay. Way up.
The only one that is pushing 3K plus is GTA 5. It's 304K.
Man, there's really not as much kids out there watching video games as I thought. I guess when you add it all up, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like
and this is also this is live, right? So some people will pop in and out and stuff like that. But I mean, Fortnite has dipped.
But nonetheless, millions of kids are playing Fortnite every month, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to say that they weren't. I just wanted to look at live. Like, I know this is also on a Thursday. Sure. This is 3 on a Thursday. People are getting out of school, so maybe it'll go up. But even 100K, like that's still a lot of concurrent views. But I do think that Fortnite has dipped in its popularity a bit. You know. But yeah, but those kids, like, I just don't know how many of those kids you're going to get. We keep talking about that too, like the future of consoles and not just like mobile and PC or whatever. Like how many of these kids like really care? I don't know. Like my brother is somebody to I should maybe get him on the show or something to talk about. He's 18, so he's not like a kid, but he's a kid. Like he just plays VR. Like that's what he plays. I know that's a very slim audience, but he also has a good gaming PC. He actually just passed 100,000 subscribers. He's gonna get that button. I know. I'm proud of him.
This kid out here making money.
I know. He's actually making decent money. But like I asked him, I'm like, Joseph, like, are you curious about like some of these like games? It's like because he's had a PS5 or PS4, and a Switch and stuff, and it's like single player stuff. No, because he just wants to play with his friends. Like a lot of these younger kids, it feels like they don't want to just play a single player game. That's not all of them. It seems like the majority. They just.
But your brother already found his niche audience, right? Like he already found his niche. Like he's in the VR space. That is a niche.
He does play Minecraft though, and he'll play.
Sure, I'm not saying he doesn't play other stuff, but like that's his niche. Like that's his thing. He likes VR games and things that surround the VR world. Like I couldn't tell you a single thing about that whole world, right? And it's like there's tons of people like that. Just saying with the Fortnite skins, like it is possible that out of all those millions of kids playing every month, they see a Master Chief skin and they wonder what that is, and then they do get into Halo. However small that number might be, you know, if millions of kids are doing it, could you get thousands, tens of thousands of kids to do that eventually?
It's tough to
maybe,
judge, right?
Maybe very tough, especially with the amount of different skins and IP that are in Fortnite. It's like, okay, we're gonna have them going across to everything. It's just a different way of promotion at this point, because it's like you see skins. Wasn't there Dune skins for the fucking Dune movie? It's like,
my god, there are Dune skins.
Yeah, it's just
so
like there's fucking everything, you know. So it's just, all it really is promotion. It's like fucking McDonald's toys, bro. That's exactly what it is. It's
Can you buy these skins forever? How does that? Do you know how that works? Like, can you still buy that Master Chief and Kratos skin? That was years ago.
I've played maybe 90 minutes of Fortnite total in my life.
I probably played more than you, to be honest. But I don't even really like the game. I don't think it plays well. But I wonder if you can forever buy these. That's my biggest problem
with it still.
It doesn't play good. It's not a good playing
The shooting
video
is
game.
bad. It's just bad. Like, there's so many better shooters out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep preaching that game sucks. But yeah, like, can you still buy those skins? Like, are these evergreen skins? Like,
I think they get locked away eventually, and that's how they get
you. Is that Goku? Can you buy that Goku still?
I think it gets locked away eventually, and that's how they get you. I think.
That's crazy.
Because they get you then to log on for that month. If you're not playing Fortnite currently, a new skin just dropped or whatever, now I gotta log on to Fortnite.
Incentive to keep these kids coming back.
Yeah.
Hook these kids.
With the horrible gameplay that is Fortnite.
Yeah.
Why couldn't it have been like Gears or something, you know? All right. Our next news story then is be our last news story. People Can Fly is canceling Project Dagger. Take-Two was currently the publisher for Project Dagger, but the deal was terminated. PCF, I don't know what that means. And PCF planned to self-publish it. Oh, that's their name. People Can Fly. Excuse me. So People Can Fly, but the deal was terminated, and PCF planned to self-publish it. So they planned to self-publish it after the deal was terminated with Take-Two. But now it's just outright canceled. People Can Fly, of course, the developers of Bulletstorm, Outriders, Gears Judgment.
Aren't they doing an Xbox game still? Wasn't there rumors that they were doing an Xbox game?
Yeah, you're right. There was a rumor of they're working on an exclusive game for Xbox. So
I guess apparently a really big studio.
That's probably their main thing now with this being canceled. I'd have to imagine. Didn't the Square thing get canceled too? Didn't that just happen?
The game with Square? I don't know. Would that have been an Outriders 2?
Yeah, and I think everyone was theorizing that it was an Outriders 2. Let me look that up.
Yeah, I mean, they're apparently a huge studio. So, yeah, if they're only going to one project, yeah. I mean, maybe that Xbox project is sooner than we think. I like
People Can Fly and Square Enix enter discussions on project development. 25th. Other studios, People Can Fly, laying off. Cuts 30 developers from. Oh, so they cut 30 developers from an unannounced Square Enix project. So Outriders 2 still might be in development over there, but they lost a good chunk of the team.
Okay.
And then
so they still probably have
game
2 projects.
They were publishing with Take-Two and then moved to self-publishing is now just straight up canceled.
Okay. So they had 3 projects potentially, and now maybe 2?
Seems like it.
Okay.
Could be more. If they are that big of a studio, who knows? I don't know if they make mobile games they're big or whatever too. Yeah. So
I mean, I'm excited for it. I would like to see what they could do with an Outriders too. Like that game had like a nugget of good. That game, it played very well. I think they could just do more with it. Hey, that game plays better than Fortnite. It's a better third-person shooter.
No, Dan. It is. You have to be able to build a house in 5 seconds for it to play well.
Yeah, I'm curious what these guys could do because I like Bulletstorm. Outriders was fun. I think Bulletstorm's still a better game. That's probably their best game still. The game's just so fun. Yeah, this is a really talented studio. So I hope that we see whatever they're working on.
They're very good at combat.
They make very fun.
Like I didn't play Outriders, but Gears Judgment obviously is just. I mean, that was just a Gears game, so obviously
they also just helped with I think Gears 2 and 3.
Yeah, so I mean, I think they just took the assets from Gears 3 anyways, so it just kind of played exactly like that. Obviously, that was good, but Bulletstorm is a fantastic first-person shooter. Yeah, like, that plays great. So yeah, I'm kind of interested in anything they do. Oh, Whip is awesome in that game.
The sniper where you
make a Bulletstorm too.
Yeah, come on,
play that. Game's badass. So yeah, I'll be interested to see what they do next. It seems like they're kind of failing left and right here, though, a little bit with these unannounced projects. You know,
hopefully that Xbox games getting them money and then keep afloat that way.
Get that Microsoft check. And
I don't know. Maybe they
do some stuff
over purchased. There. They're not owned by Square, right?
No, I don't think
it's just the Outriders IP, right?
Yeah. Well, obviously not, right? They were just working on a deal with Take-Two, so.
No, I mean I think Square owns the Outriders IP.
Oh yeah, probably.
So yeah, maybe Xbox just pick them up then.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Why not?
Have them be another support studio or something. Like Gears needs some love. We need more Gears. Have them come back. Work on Gears again.
Make Gears. Make a spin-off Gears or whatever.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah. Have them do a Bulletstorm-esque game that is just a Gears of War game.
Ooh, a first-person shooter.
That'd be sick. Yeah.
I'd be in.
It's just in the Gears of War universe.
First-person chainsaw. That'd be fun.
First-person chainsaw, dude. Make it Gears of War game made by them that is like in the id engine.
Ooh, and then
it plays like a Doom
of War.
Doom of War game made by Hire me, Xbox. I can make you video games.
That does sound fun. Play it. All right, that's gonna do it for the news of the week, everybody. We'll now move on to what we've been playing. Daniel, what have you been playing?
Playing more Final Fantasy. I put a lot of time into Final Fantasy yesterday. I think I put like a good 7 hours yesterday. So I think I'm like 30 8 hours in or so, 39 hours. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm in chapter 11 now. Yeah, these last few chapters have been pretty long. I think like chapter 9 was really long. I think 10 was pretty long, and I'm still in chapter 11. So I am in Nibelheim right now. If that kind of tells you. No spoilers. I'm in Nibelheim.
Sure.
Yeah, chapter 10 was kind of a weird one. I don't want to like say too much. Kind of where they go in chapter 10. I didn't. Not that it was necessarily a twist or anything, but like there's some interesting story bits into 10 that I don't know where it was going to lead to, and I still don't fully know. Like there was like these certain group of people, you know, that I don't want to say too much. I think you know what I'm referring to.
Yeah,
it gets very mystical and stuff. Very Final Fantasy mystical, weird, heady.
more than the Final
already
Fantasies
more than this game
here.
already is, which is crazy. I did a lot more Queen's Blood. I don't know. I don't want to say too much without spoiling anything. So I got to a point when like I battled this person, and he was like testing me for like the end part, I guess, of this big quest line. But I don't have any more battles I could do.
You'll probably unlock them as you go through the areas. So
okay, because I did the 2 in Nibelheim.
Yeah.
If that kind of puts it in your head.
Yeah.
And I went back to the Gold Saucer and did a fight.
Yeah. Yeah. Just keep playing the main story. You'll unlock the rest. Okay. Yeah.
So am I getting close to the end of Queen's Blood?
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah, you're getting close to the end.
Just like a few
you're definitely in the latter half of it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still kind of using a similar. I haven't really changed my deck in a long time. I'm still using like an enhanced deck. Like I'm just buffing my guys, and I'm still finding ways to win. I'm getting a lot of like. There's a whole part where I was seeing a lot of like negative cards.
Yeah.
And then now I'm seeing a lot of replace cards.
Yeah, like you end up getting a lot of the replace ones. Yeah.
I don't know if I want to mess with it enough to like try to make a replace deck. It seems very good.
Yeah, I had one towards the end of the replace cards, and that one would always come in pretty clutch.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I should look into like YouTube, like a replace deck.
Yeah.
Try to like see what somebody else is kind of making. So
It was always nice when like they would take the spot ahead of you, you know, or like if you had a blue empty spot, right? They would turn that red from like the spot behind it, and then I'd put the replace card in the spot before that and turn it back to blue.
Spot.
Yeah, and then take it back. Yeah,
sometimes you can't get it back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good. Do you remember what replace card that was that you were using a lot, or what
it was like some little fucking brown mole. I can't remember.
It's the brown mole.
I can't remember what the fuck it was.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, so that's kind of where I am. I don't want to say too much without story stuff without spoiling it. Gungaga, I didn't really. I know you said you hated exploring it because you did a lot more than I did. I only went and did.
The little
it's got good music.
The little kids singing. I'm like, where are these kids?
I have there is like a mission that is not popping up for me because like I'm trying to get Tifa to the light blue.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a Nibelheim mission for her, which I'm going to see if maybe that pops.
That one's great too.
Yeah, I want to try to get that and see maybe if that gets her to light blue.
Okay,
but I don't.
The Nibelheim. Do you have like the mission to like go up the mountain right now for the main story?
It hasn't popped yet.
Come back from the mountain, then you get it. Yeah.
Okay. Then there's another one in the Gold Saucer that I kind of looked up, and it's not there for me.
It'll probably you go back to the Gold Saucer in the main story. So
do you think it's later?
There. Yeah, it's probably that.
So it has to do with that kid, the Chocobo kid, in Gold Saucer.
Oh, you might have to do other ones because his is kind of like a continuous side quest throughout the thing. So you know what you have to do is in Nibelheim. He's there at there's a Chocobo farm in Nibelheim. Okay. So do the side quest there, and then because his is kind of you might even have to go back. There might even be another one somewhere else
only
with
be
that
the
kid.
Other one I could do.
Yeah, because there might be even another one with that kid, and maybe it's in Gungaga. I can't remember though exactly. I don't think it is Gaga. It might be the one before. It might be Corral before that.
It could be.
Yeah. Yeah, because his you kind of have to do all of his, and then it kind of like leads up to a grand big tournament of truck bowl racing. And I know the big tournament one is a Tifa side quest because she's like there talking with you. So
okay,
yeah,
that seems like a lot. I don't want.
You should be
that.
good though, because like it'll just
her dark blue, but pretty far into the dark blue.
As long as she's the furthest one ahead, you should be fine. Like you might not even need.
But there's like a little bit more if you get her to the light blue. Apparently.
Okay. Like I don't, but I don't. I think you're already good to get her on the date. Like I think you could just stop as long as everyone else is lower than Tifa on whatever back end bar they're using to determine which one you get on the date. I think as long as she's the furthest one, you'll get her.
Yeah, I just want to get the best version of the date.
I don't think it matters. Like I think the dates.
I think that's what I saw. There was like a if you got to the light blue, which is the highest one.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even know that. Version. It could be, yeah. They really go all in on that date because I watched like all the other versions of the date too.
I want to watch them.
Yeah, YouTube those. They're hilarious. There's one with Sid, Vincent, and Kate Sid. It is so funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
There is also one other Tifa mission that I started and hated and left.
Which one was
is the workout one.
Oh, I love the workout one. People hate that.
It's how
I love the button thing where you got to keep doing it faster and faster. That one's fun.
To me, it seemed like it was cheating. Like I would go down way longer than they would go down. It took they got up much quicker. And it just I don't know. I just didn't like that. And apparently there was like 3 parts to it, and I'm like, I'm not doing this for 3 different parts.
You're doing all that now?
No, absolutely not doing that. That's a waste of my time.
Do all that.
So yeah, I'm gonna do the one.
They really had that gym out in a dangerous area.
Yeah, what?
Why did you guys build a gym way over here?
I'll kill the things now, but they're gonna come back.
They're gonna come back. They're gonna respawn. Like I don't. You guys know how dangerous this fucking forest is.
There's things just coming out of the forest. What do you?
Yeah, like what are you doing out here?
So yeah, I'll do the one in Nibelheim, which I guess I think I'm towards the end of. Like I think I finished the stuff. I got to the point in the mountain, and then I switched. That tells you.
Okay.
That's where I'm at. So I think we're probably gonna meet up again. Yep. All the characters will meet back up.
Cool.
So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Oh.
Getting there towards the end. I don't know how much longer I got. I don't know how long chapter 11 is left or
a bit. Well, the end chapters are long. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. They're probably the longest chapters. So yeah, you got a little bit of ways to go. I'd say I don't know. Yeah. Where were you at? 36? You'll probably end around like 50.
You think so? You think I got like 10
45, plus? 50. Yeah, right around there. If I had to guess. Especially with doing the Queen's Blood thing. So yeah,
I'm gonna finish
whatever Tifa side quest you end up doing too. So yeah, you'll probably end up right around 45, 50.
Yeah, and then
you like Gold Saucer? I fucking love Gold Saucer.
It was great. Yeah, it was great.
In there.
Again, it's my problem with the whole game is the map sucks, and Gold Saucer was bad for it too. Because there's so many layers and different sections.
Gold Saucer is kind of hard to tell where to go. I almost never even opened the map there. I just kind of like followed the signs.
It didn't really help much.
No, I'm just like, I don't know, whatever.
What helped the most was teleporting around. Get to the thing, teleport. Am I here? Okay, good. And then,
I love that little like fucking ramp they got that takes you to the different rooms. It's like, damn, I want this in real life. What is this?
Man, you know how many people died just to have that work right?
Yeah. Like shit, man. It's dangerous as fuck.
How
do you like slow down at the end? Like how would that practically work, you know?
Or even to the top, you just launch people.
Yeah. Like I feel like eventually you would do that. You know what's cool about that too? There's like a in the Gold Saucer, there's like a whole snowboarding thing that's like blocked off right now, and that'll be a big thing in the next game because you snowboard a lot in like the latter half of Final Fantasy VII. So it's like you can tell they're gonna put a snowboarding mini game there. They actually do that a lot in that game of like tease an area that's blocked off because there's a whole section in Junon that's it's like where the it leads to the reactor in Junon. It's like underwater. But there's like soldiers blocking it now. But that's like a whole big thing that you do in the latter part of Final Fantasy VII.
Was that in Under Junon?
You can see the door to it, but there's soldiers in front of it, and they like block you from going over there. And so it's like, oh, that's a cool little tease that they'll expand on that in the next one. Gonna have to. that'd be like a whole cool thing.
Right now, I think I'm rocking. So most of the characters I think are pretty good, pretty great to use and stuff. So, but like for a long time, I was using Aerith, kind of keep her auto healing and stuff. But I kind of switched out Aerith with Yuffie. So I think my team has just become Cloud, Tifa, and Yuffie, and I'm just staggering everything with this crew. Like I am just breaking everyone's stagger meter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Barrett's always fun because he's really good distance and stuff.
Yeah.
But I kind of switch. I'll use him every now and then I do like Aerith. She's just the best magic user. But
I really like Aerith. I forget what ward it is, but the one that like shoots fucking beams with her basic attack. Then as long as she's in that, I'm like, damn, this one's badass.
Yeah, she has some really cool magic stuff.
Yeah.
Kate Sith, I haven't used a lot. I'm not crazy about him playing him, but
yeah,
he seems okay.
Yeah, Kate Sith was definitely my least favorite.
He's really goofy and fun, but you know, Red is fun, but like it's like Red doesn't do anything unique enough that some other characters don't for me.
Like, see, Red, I would like the stagger stuff and then switch to Red and then do the vengeance mode and then you just fuck shit up.
Yeah. See me, I'll just be Tifa and just break every single stagger of everyone. Tifa might be the best character to use. Her abilities are awesome.
You can stagger so quick with Tifa too.
Yeah, and especially if you use that chi trap. Have you gotten the chi trap?
Yeah.
Or I guess you did. You do that chi trap and you like basically you start punching, they're dead.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And then Yuffie's great using her thing to throw. Like she is very good at like I like now that I have her because I was using Aerith. Like Aerith doesn't deal enough damage, so like distance she wasn't doing much. But I hate these stupid flying enemies. It's still the worst part of the game. Yeah. It's still the worst part of the game.
I do find the green thing helps on Cloud's side, where like you dodge back and then you do the far away green slash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I use that all the time.
Yeah.
It helps.
Also, the synergy stuff that like bounces you into the air. Some of those. Yeah.
Slash is what helps a lot too.
Yeah.
But you have to like be able to build your bar.
Yeah.
But Yuffie's crazy. You just throw that thing and then she just jumps up and starts.
Yeah,
taking them down,
especially if you switch her blade, whatever the ninja star thing to the enemy's weakness. If they're like weak to fire or whatever, you know.
I don't even remember how to do that.
So you go, it's under the abilities then. So you would have to fill the ATB up, and then under the ability, and then you can click between the four. You can like switch to fire one, ice one, thunder one, wind one, and then if that enemy in particular is weak to that, switch to that one and then throw the ninja star at them and then just keep mashing triangle or whatever, and they'll be weak to that one, and then obviously it staggers very quick.
Yeah, I have to play with her more and like figure out what that button prompt is, because I remember doing that in intermission. Yeah, I just couldn't remember how to do it in this because I have not been using Yuffie a ton. I was just it was just Aerith. So now that I'm using her a little more, I want to try to master her character. Cool. Yeah, I think that's most of my feelings. I love the game and I think the game's great. I still feel like I said this with the remake, like I feel like there's still so much that could be cut out of the game. But you know, it is what it is. Like they kind of wanted to make a full length open world RPG out of it, so it just feels like that there's just so much in between these story beats, you know?
Yeah, it's a long game.
Yeah.
A lot going on there. All right, cool. What have I been playing? I have mostly been playing Fallout, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I finished the show. Awesome show, man. That was such a good show. The ending of that show. Have you seen it yet?
No, I have not.
Oh, okay. Watch the Fallout show, man. The ending
I do want to
watch awesome. It. Yeah, especially the last episode. The last like few episodes are really good. Really picks up. There's like a really fun mystery aspect to it. I'm just so happy that show ended up being good. Like it was just, they nailed it. They really did. I have a few little nitpicks here and there with the show, but especially story wise, and some things that they kind of skipped over that like are very Fallout that they just didn't do. Like there wasn't a laser rifle in the entire show, which I just like.
They're saving it. More budget.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely what it is, right? They didn't have the budget for it, but it's just like that is a very basic Fallout thing. You know, like you see a laser rifle everywhere. It's one of the first weapons you'll always pick up, and so that's just like a very like, how is there not a laser rifle anywhere? Same with super mutants. There isn't a single super mutant in the show. There's like a dead one in the background that you see, But
you'll get him. You'll get him.
I'm sure you will, but it's just like, okay, there's not a single super mutant in season 1, not a single Deathclaw in season 1. It's like, okay,
they're saving them, saving them.
I get it, but it's just like, okay, what if you guys didn't get a season 2? You know,
that's true.
It's just like,
is there rad roaches?
There are rad roaches, yeah,
cool.
yeah, of course. I mean, that's probably the easiest one.
Yeah,
they didn't do. You could tell it's definitely a budget thing. You know, there's definitely like there's only like one of these things if like something you'd be looking out for in Fallout. Just fine and all. I get it. Only 8 episodes in 1 season thus far, and you gotta control the budget, but there's still some things I would have loved to see. But yeah, I mean, story wise, they knocked it out of the park. The TV show like really has more to do with the Fallout world than any of the games. I've never played 1 and 2, granted, but like the overall world of Fallout moves forward more in this TV show than 3, New Vegas, and 4 put together, which is kind of incredible. It's like they like really the overarching world is like really explaining Fallout. Yeah, it's really cool. And yeah, they do a lot of like flashback things, stuff that happened before the bomb and stuff in the show, and yeah, they really went all out with it, man. I couldn't be happier with the show, honestly.
So you think they're gonna blow out season 2, like have a huge season 2?
I mean, it's huge, right? Like the show's very big. I don't know like what it's doing overall for Amazon, like compared to their other shows, but I gotta imagine
sign-ups and stuff.
Yeah, like how many sign-ups is it? Is it like one of their most viewed shows? I don't know if Amazon's actually like said anything on that or whatever, but
yeah, what does this compare with Invincible, The Boys?
I'm sure it's more than Invincible, but
is The Boys their biggest thing still?
The Boys has to be their biggest thing. Yeah, yeah. I mean, nothing comes close to The Boys on Amazon. I don't think even Invincible.
Yeah. Oh no, it was the Lord of the Rings show.
Yeah, I don't. That show died so quickly though. Like I don't think that
in terms
show.
Of budget, is the biggest budget a show's ever seen.
Like I gotta imagine the latest season of The Boys is like their most watched thing. You know?
Could be. Yeah, I'd be curious where. Yeah, if that is the highest.
Yeah, I'd just be curious to see where Fallout ranks in terms of that, right? It's like, dude, fuck Lord of the Rings. Give Fallout that budget.
You know, give Fallout a $1 billion budget.
Give Fallout the most fucking budget for a television show ever. That way you can get a goddamn Deathclaw.
That's the only way.
Yeah. Fuck Lord of the Rings. So yeah, but yeah, I'm playing Fallout. I went back. I know I've been playing Fallout 3 throughout like the last couple of years. I've just been like going back to that, and so I went back. I did all the DLC now for Fallout 3. Pretty much have like a perfect save now for Fallout 3, but like everything major is like done, and there's still like a bunch of side quests and stuff. Don't get me wrong, but it's like,
how's it look with your PS5? Or are you playing it? What are you?
I'm playing on Series X. Yeah.
Are you playing Series X? How's it look on that Series X?
Oh, it looks great. Yeah. Well, because I'm playing New Vegas now too, so you know they got that FPS boost, runs at 60. Yeah, it looks great. Auto HDR or whatever. Yeah, so looks absolutely great on that. And yeah, so I pretty much have like a perfect Fallout 3 save now, which is nice. I wish I still had my old one, but whatever.
Now you got a good save.
Yeah, now I got a good one. I pretty much got back everything that I lost from that very old save from like 2008 or whatever, so it's cool to have. Yeah, I've been fucking around with New Vegas a little bit here too. Kind of still in the early stages of that, so not like too much to say. But yeah, Fallout's Fallout, man. Just always have a great time playing Fallout. I've been playing more Hades.
Oh yeah,
dude, I am so stuck on the boss for the Elysium area. It's getting me every time.
Two of them?
Yeah, the two of them. The bowl and something with a T. The guy's name.
Theseus or
something like that. Yeah.
I can't remember his name. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty much at a point where I get there every time, and like I'll kill one of them, but then the other will get me. You know. And
yeah, did you ever have you gotten to the a part in Elysium where you run into the bull by himself?
No.
It's like not at the final. It's not like meeting him at the end. You could like find him like before that.
Really?
And fight him, and then he'll have less health
during
in the final fight.
Ooh, see,
but you still have to beat him there though, or like take most of him down.
Have less health.
But he'll have less health in the fight.
Yeah,
I would recommend. The other guy is easier to take down, but the bull, when he's the last one, starts like jumping around. He gets a little crazy. So you just with that fight, you have to take one out. Like trying to split both is tough.
Yeah,
because I think they both go crazy when they get down to 50%.
Yeah, they both have like a special move when they get down lower in health, and that's what ends up fucking me up. Is like. You know, because I'll be hitting both of them at the same time, sort of. You know, I'll try to focus on one, but you kind of just end up hitting both of them at the same time. a little bit because they're so close together. And so like sometimes they'll both be very quickly have their low health move, and that'll really end up fucking me up. Like I'm pretty much guaranteed to die right there. And like even yesterday, I had 2 Death Defiance left when I got there, and I was like, all right, this is the one. And they fucking got me like right at the end. I had the guy like that much health left, and he got me right at the end still. But what worries me about that is then I still have Hades right after that. So it's just like fuck, man.
So this is the point when you need to kind of think about the combos, and like you're probably already thinking about that, but now you're gonna have to like I gotta break the game. Like what weapon works with like that. Like I told you, it was the alt shot for the bow.
Yeah.
So not shooting it was the spread shot bow. And I'm gonna dash around, get really close to people so it spreads. And when you get really close to people and you hit them with every shot of that bow, it just can evaporate. So like I would try to get like good alt shot upgrades and stuff like that. So you really kind of have to find combos and really read every ability, try to, that kind of stuff. Like find a way to break the game to whatever weapon you like and play style you like.
Yeah, I'll keep trying it. It is disheartening every time I get there though, and I die. And I'm just like, I have to do it again.
Honestly,
so I am pretty much down to just playing it like once a day, where I do like one round. Now I'm just kind of like, all right, I'm not.
That's a fun way to play it though.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Don't get me wrong. Like it's a very fun game, good combat, but the roguelite elements, is it roguelite or roguelike? Light. Okay, whatever the difference is in those.
It's a rogue game.
Sure. Rogues. That is kind of like what's holding me back from like absolutely loving it, is that I'm just like doing this constantly over and over again now. I am at that stage where it's just like, all right, fucking shit, I can't beat this.
Yeah, I will say some people have a harder time with that fight than the Hades fight, but I'm not going to say that the Hades fight is like an easy fight. Obviously it's the final fight, but
that's what's really disheartening to me, is that like I get there and I have such a hard time with it that even when I beat them, I still have one more boss fight right after that,
I'll say that Hades, if you get to Hades, you probably have a really good build.
Okay.
So like that last area and the Hades fight, like you kind of need a good build and stuff like that. And I think if you could beat those two, you'll get a little bit of confidence in kind of knowing what you're looking for. But yeah, getting over that hump. This might be like the test for people in Hades. Can you beat the Elysium area?
Yeah.
Can you beat these two people together? Yeah.
Fucking hard. It's fucking hard.
Yeah. What weapon are you using the most? What's like the spear still the one you're going to the most?
Yeah, definitely. That's the one. I tried the gun. I didn't like the gun. Yeah, I'm throwing it a lot.
You're throwing it, yeah.
Yeah, the spear I go to a little bit. The gauntlets I like, but like I said, when I get to the lava area with the gauntlets, it just I run into lava way too much because I'm trying to get like way too close to enemies. So I end up dashing like so much that I'm just dashing into lava, and that ends up hurting me more than the actual room itself will. I am getting better throughout the runs. Like I can make it through the Tartarus every time. Yeah, easily, without even dying now, really. And then,
have you gotten all 3 of the sisters yet?
Yeah. I met all 3 of them. And I actually really love it when the like zombie one comes on, because she's like she's easily the easiest one. And so like dude, I'll like barely get hit with that one. So I'm like,
I think Megara is pretty easy too.
Every time I get her, I'm just like, all right, let's go, we got this one. and then I pretty much got the second boss down, the big worm skeleton thing that comes out.
That one's the easiest one for me.
Oh, is it? Yeah, that one. The only problem I have with that one is when he summons the ones on the side, and then they like summon little lava pits, and then again I'm like running into lava because they'll have it like right next to them. You gotta
have a good dash for that fight.
Yeah.
If you don't have a good dash for that fight, you're gonna struggle that fight.
Yeah. And so I really just gotta learn how to beat the Elysium boss, and like if I can do that, if I can get to a point where I can get to the Elysium boss without any deaths, and then maybe only die once during the Elysium boss, I then should be able to beat Hades. Granted, I'll take a couple more tries, but just to learn how to beat Hades.
Keep up in your Death Defiance.
Yeah.
Did you get the one from Scully?
No, I didn't get the one from Scully. Yeah, I am giving him all my gifts, so I don't know how many gifts you gotta end up giving him.
Yeah.
So how many Death Defiance can you have? Because it looks like I can get at least one more. I need 1,000 of the purple crystals now.
And then you have 3.
I should have 3.
And then Scully's will be 4.
So 4 altogether. I mean, that'll really help, especially with that Elysium
Are you
fight.
using what gift are you using?
What
Is
do you
it
mean?
like that useful? You go into that case next to Scully, and you can change out your
Oh
gift.
yeah, I am. Which one was? I think I get like extra health each room or whatever.
Oh, that's a pretty good gift.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you'd I guess have to
that works
balance
out well
like, do you
too.
want an extra death defiance or whatever gift you're using?
I'm not sure if I have a gift for the extra. Oh, that's what Scully would give you? Skelly would give you?
Yes, Scully's is the gift.
Okay. I'll probably end up using that then.
I would go and look and see what you have if you're not really looking at the gifts too much, because
Yeah.
some of them are useful. Some of
Yeah,
them
last time
aren't
I
as
looked,
good.
I only had like 4, so I don't.
Okay.
I should probably just keep an eye out on that.
Yeah. Yeah. The gifts. There are some okay ones. There's some that aren't great, but
Yeah.
like Scully's is the one I like the most. Just having another basically death defiance.
I didn't like the gun. Did I say that already? I didn't like the
Yeah.
gun. Oh, okay. Yeah, the gun.
Yeah.
I don't.
Was it the reload part of the gun?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It
Me too.
slows you down and you got to reload all of a sudden. I'm
Mhm.
like, no,
The
can't do
lobbing
that.
grenade was good though.
Yeah,
I like the grenade.
yeah. That is cool.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The shield's fun. Throwing the shield, that's fun.
Yeah, the shield is fun. I don't use the shield enough. Maybe I should try the shield again in another run. I haven't used it in quite a while, actually. Or the sword, so maybe I should try both of those again.
The
see how much
sword's
I like
good. The
those
sword's
now.
got the slam.
Yeah.
That's a good ability.
You know what I never
Yeah.
use with the spear is the charge up move where you hold square and he does like a spin.
And I don't
always
either,
forget
but
to use it.
yeah.
Yeah, like I just forget that's even a mechanic.
Yeah, I'd like just the basic attack. Because
Yeah.
sometimes the throwing would take a long time.
Sometimes
so you have to,
I'll
like,
get
be far away.
I'll get the special, which is the throwing so strong though that I just keep fucking mashing triangle because like I'll just keep leveling it up with the power ups and like I'll have a power up that ups the damage of that so much and then all of a sudden the throwing the spear is just like so much more damage.
Just
than the
that's all you
attack.
need to do.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, having a good time with it. I'll keep chipping away at it.
Okay.
Then Stellar Blade comes out tonight, so I'll be starting that.
The Korean lady game.
Korean lady game. Big
I have
old
it downloaded
ass.
already.
Everyone loves it.
You're gonna use that naked skin?
Oh yeah. No, it makes the game harder, so I'm not using that.
Yeah.
So yeah, looking forward to that. It should be fun. Reviews are pretty decent on it, so yeah.
It's got good reviews. I don't know what it's sitting at right now, but it's gotten good reviews so far.
Seems like gameplay's really solid. Story's bad, which is kind of what I was expecting. So
if the story's just fun, that's all I'm looking for.
yeah, I
It's
don't
just
even
fun.
know. Yeah, I just kind of want like shitty characters running around saying dumb shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Any game, really, it's just like, if you have good gameplay and a bad story, fine, I can get through that. It's having a good story and bad gameplay where I can't get through it.
Especially if it's not super long.
Yeah.
Like how long is the game? Have you seen any length of the game?
Yeah, I don't know if you mainline it. I think it's like, I don't know, 15-ish hours.
Oh.
Right around there.
Okay.
If you mainline it.
Okay.
And I know
That
there's like
seems pretty-
side stuff. It sounds like the side stuff is like very separate though. Like there's like it'll specifically tell you this is a side area. So yeah, I don't know exactly how that all works, but we'll find out. I'll let you all know next week.
Yeah, I probably won't get to it this week.
Cool. That'll be your after Rebirth.
Yeah,
game?
that'll be after Rebirth. Yeah, be that and then Hellblade probably.
Dope. All right, people, that's gonna do it for the Nerdcast Podcast episode 220. Thank you all so much for watching.
Not 220. Is it 220?
Was it not 220?
It is 220. You're
I think
right.
I said 220 at the top. So if it's not,
yeah, it is 220.
now.
It is 220.
It's 220 now, no matter what. Please remember to subscribe to us over at youtube.com/nerdgods. You can also find us available on all audio platforms. Daniel, anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I think next episode I'm back on, I'm gonna do my naked suit, and then I could just do podcasts in naked.
I will not be here for that. I will be
I
quitting
will
the show
miss
for
that.
that as well. So if Daniel's gonna be naked, I'm out.
It makes
I'm out.
it makes the podcast harder,
Wow, there's a hard R there in that podcast.
Oh my God.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.